What's up, everyone? I'm finally back with a ghost race match. I know it's been a long time. 2023 was not a kind year to me. I have been consistently practicing. I wasn't as good with doing races by myself. I was kind of like trying to work on some stroke things, center ball, the feel for it with some intention, but not like super. I still miss little things. I'm not sure if a lot of stuff. Any case, so here's that race and let's get it started. By the way, did any of you guys watch the Mosconis? That was brutal. That was brutal to watch. I myself am incredibly happy to have Fedor Gorst on the team. Wolfer did really well too. It was not Shane's day, that match. There's a lot of theories as to why Shane Van Boening wasn't playing his best, but some people think that it's because he's a star and that there's too much pressure on him. I'm not sure what the issue may be, but we need some new blood. We need a lot more blood in there. Some new youngins. I was not shooting terribly well, so that was kind of risky with that too, because it was really, really close to the 5-ball. The 5-ball like cut off like a good like a quarter of the pocket there. Nice stop ball there. Just keep it simple, you know. Could try to draw, but then if you try to get too perfect, then with a draw shot, you have to hit harder. And if you hit harder in the corner shot, that's kind of risky. I'm sticking with 5-ball. I've done some 6-ball runs. Ugh, you missed the first ball in the rack with ball in hand. Ugh, how freaking embarrassing is that? Of course, I practiced it, but yeah. Ugh. I racked it in this weird way too, because I don't want to do like a 3 on top and then 1 and then 2 below, like lining up, because it's just an OCD nightmare. So I ended up just doing like a triangle with an empty middle. I was thinking that was not the best setup, because usually the middle ball is what stays in the middle of the table. So it's not as accurate to what a 9-ball match would be like, but whatever. I gotta get more conscientious about not landing myself rail shots. This one I'm gonna try to hit the rail and then come back out, but because of being on the rail, it's hard to give it English, and the aiming feels weird because you don't have your full bridge ahead of you. So I'm going to try to 2-rail this out, going for the side pocket, or maybe I'm like going 1-rail because 2-rail might be risky. Oh, I was going for 2-rail, but I totally missed it. And dogged it. Whatever, you know, like this stuff happens, and putting together a position and aiming is very, very hard, because they're like, you start off with just shooting, and you're not really thinking about as much about position. And then as soon as something else enters your head and you're trying to aim at the same time, it's impossible. It's not impossible. It's like, it's a mental stack where you have to try to combine 2 things into one thing that requires a lot of focus. And that's not easy. It has to become second nature. I got fancy here. I got really fancy, and that was super risky. I totally missed it, judging by my expression there. And here I go, trying to get really good on it, trying to get perfect on it, but I missed it again. And I think I remember missing it like many, many more times. Yeah. Like I said, a center ball, right? I have to work on center ball, and that's not easy. That cue ball was all over the place. I didn't even master this. I should have. I gotta write that. I gotta keep like a notebook of shots that I think I should know, but I don't know. I'm also working on my break. See, that was a pretty good break because you're trying, the ideal position is to hit it without hitting a rail. Well, what I'm trying to do anyway. I'm trying to hit it pretty solid, and I'm trying to get it behind the center line on the opposite side. So that was a pretty good break. You gotta congratulate yourself for those little things, because this is a very tough sport. Good positioning there. Oh, maybe if I came out a little thinner, if I came out further, it might have been easier to set up for the 4, because then you could just like go to the short rail and come back. But whatever. I remember telling myself here, don't overdraw, don't overdraw. Oh, no, I took a different way. Never mind. Oh, gosh. This is... I knew that cue ball was going to go flying, so I wasn't sure if I could one rail it. I decided to 2 rail this. Just kidding. Maybe... Oh, I was going 1 rail. All right, I have no idea what I'm doing. I should look at the top more, because that I feel is more informative. That 2-3 have been laying up very consistently in those positions or similar areas. That's how I got messed up with it. Start using it here, aren't I? This is tricky because that 4 ball is huge. But if I don't go far enough, I have a difficult cut shot. So I'm spending a lot of time thinking about this. I remember using that chalk as like an aiming point for how fast I should hit this. And I botched it. Totally botched it. That was risky. That's a difficult one. I mean, I was thinking also about going the opposite way, where I 2 rail with a draw and come out this way. But it was not, I feel like I didn't have enough angle in order to come back that direction. So here I am jumping. Got to practice your jumps. Practicing jumps, I was like, 4-3 is really close to that 4. How the heck am I going to hit this? At this time, I was just proud that I hit it. A good pool is like a combination of a lot of different skills. That's why I appreciate it so much. See that 2-3? They're like groupies. They're like best buds. They just hang out right there. That was weird. Okay, so 2 ball only has 1 pocket. 3 balls is blocking the way to the other pocket. So I decided to go this way. For all you people who might have a different idea about where to go, please feel free. I mean, if I go for the side pocket, then the 5 ball's in the way. Went just a smidge too far. This is one of those areas where it's better to stay safe and land yourself too thin on the shot than blocking. Oh, I have a shot there? Oh, okay. All right then, never mind. But those situations, it's better to underhit it, to be on the safe side, because at least you have a shot instead of giving yourself. I'd rather give myself a difficult shot than no shot, obviously. This I wasn't sure whether to stop or to go forward, and I just that's pretty good. Yeah, take that. Just gentle roll, keep it simple. I'm trying to keep it more simple too, because when you start studying cue ball patterns, it becomes like a toy, a brand new toy that you just want to beat around and cut its hair and put permanent marker all over its face and completely botch it. And then you're like, oh, this was not a good idea. Oh, ouch, missed ball in hand again. Ugh. But of course you gotta, make sure that your choices work. Wow, it's a nice shot. I don't like that 4-ball. I don't like those shots. They feel awkward to me. Weak shots. Good to track weak shots. I have a friend who made his own book of pool, namely shots that that he felt like were the most common, but also difficult, but also happen really often. I think I'm going to make a book about shots that I miss a lot. That way, I stay conscientious of them and I could practice them instead of just forgetting about it later on. Yeah, I like that. This one's good because you're going into the long side of the 3. Yeah, nice. Get some angle there because you need a little bit of angle, a little bit of outside, so that you can bring it to the 4, but I didn't want too much because I wanted to go center table. That way you can go back to the other side of the table for the 5. Yeah, nice shot. Went further than I thought it would. I constantly underestimate how far that ball's going to go on those type of shots like the 4-ball. Oof, that slopped in there. Sloppity, slop. But I think next year I'm going to go to the Mosconis. I would love to go. It's on my bucket list. Ooh, the 4 and 5 just laid up perfectly. And once again, the 2 and 3 are just like buddies. But yeah, it's on my bucket list of things I want to do before I croak. And I would also like to go to London to see the Mosconis one of these days. Also on my bucket list, I'd like to play in the US Open, even though I suck. I would just like to, just for the experience of it. I know how much it costs, I know when it is, and how to get in. It's just a matter of doing it. And when I'm willing to get my ass kicked. This is pretty straightforward. A little bit of top right, so I can bring it out, so I can have a little bit of more control for getting to the 5. This one's good. I used top right to so I could bring it out towards the center table. Because if I use top left, then that would stay towards the long rail on the top side. And I don't want that, because then I would have a rail shot. Ew. When a cue ball scratches like that, that means I used too much bottom, because it didn't hit a rail. And I don't think it hit another ball, did it? I'm noticing that with breaks, that where you hit becomes exaggerated. So if you're hitting just a little bit of bottom, it becomes like a F ton of bottom, and then it'll draw like crazy, which I guess is obvious, but you don't always think about those kind of things. And this is a really weird position, because I was going to try to go for the opposite corner for the 3 ball, like 2 in the bottom corner and 3 in the top corner, but I can't do that here anymore. Because that 4 ball is blocking it, and the 2 ball only has 1 pocket. So I was going to try, I gave it a little bit of left. You can see from the top view, but it wasn't enough. And I was stretched over the table, which always reduces the stroke accuracy. So now I'm totally screwed. Well, not totally screwed, but that's not an easy shot. That's not a shot I would love to have. The only choice I have is to go for the far corner, and with a little bit of draw, so I could take the 4 in the bottom left corner, which I totally screwed up, and I overdrew it, and good job me. Good job me. Freaking pool. Me just shooting around so I could release some pressure, you know? And so that's how pool started out for me. It was kind of like an escape from work, because when you're playing pool, you can't think about work. You're not even thinking about work. I loved it. And then pool sort of became work in and of itself. So I don't know how that happened. Yeah, that 4 ball just loves blocking that too today, doesn't it? Oof. And it went all the way around the table too, and then came back to block it. Oof. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. You know, my score is right now 5-6, and erased at 12. I think I like longer races than short ones, because it gives you a chance to get your stroke. And I was aiming for, I thought that it would come out further. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat a little bit there. Yeah, it's not cheating. It's just checking what you're gonna do. Just kidding. I'm not counting this match anyway. I already consider it a loss. Breaking the flow when you have a whole idea of where you're gonna go, and then it gets stunted by a missed shot. Oh, that feeling, right? Oof. It's a terrible feeling. Terrible feeling. Right, so final score 5-7. And I dogged it. Totally dogged it. Oh man. But yeah, I want to go to the Mosconis in 2024. Yeah, so if anyone else of you, anyone out there is planning on going, feel free to say hi. Let's have a drink or something. Pool is some work on your back, man. It's some work on your back, your shoulders, and your neck. You gotta crack it out. It's it. Now I feel tense just even watching myself. Yeah, but that's my race. I think 5 balls is where I'm at. I tried to play with 6 for a good long while, but it was not going very well. I was constantly losing. It's really nervous to play these matches. I try to put myself into a position where I'm imagining that I'm playing a legitimate match, so automatically I shoot worse. But that's I think I consider that a good thing because that would mean that I'm trying to mentally prepare myself for a legit match, tourney or league or otherwise. Well, that's it. Another loss. Ugh, I hate showing these, but whatever. I'm not gonna show you guys the 6-ball matches because they're just no contest. I'm gonna stick with something that at least it's somewhat exciting to watch. All right, I'm gonna go. I have a league match tonight in about an hour, so wish me luck and Happy New Year to all of you. Today's the 4th, but whatever. All right, catch you guys later. Bye.